Dun, 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 dun. The Olympics is over. They had the closing ceremony tonight. All right. Also going to talk about what Kendrick Perkins said. Before I even get into that, though, I want to cover the Olympics a little bit. 193 countries was representing at the Olympics. This was by far a great Olympics to watch, man. It was fun. Um, we did our thing. We had the most gold medals in any country. So America ranked supreme with gold medals. But I feel like every country ran away with something special. The Philippines tuck weightlifting for women. Um, you know, we won. The racing. We won a lot of gold medal in basketball. Okay, with Kevin Durant. So shout out to Kevin Durant leading the way and giving Team USA a gold medal. All right, but it's a great Olympics, man. It was fun from top to bottom. I covered this whole thing like it was crazy. China was impressive. China won a lot of gold medals. That is true. Salute that. But I also want to talk about today what Kendrick Perkins said. Okay, Kendrick Perkins said that Kevin Durant is the best scorer in NBA history. All right. Now, I think a lot of us getting skill and scoring confused. Skill is what you have potential of doing, or how you dribble. Your skill set. How you move, how you get your shot off, things of that nature. I will admit that Kevin Durant has made scoring look very easy. Okay, he makes scoring look real easy, but salute Hoop Facts. He makes it look very easy, like I was saying, but that doesn't mean he's the best scorer of all time. A lot of his scoring ability comes due to his height. Now, your height, rather you was born tall, skinny, whatever, that's not a skill set. That's just genetics. It's something you was born with. His skill set is how he shoots, how he dribbles, how he plays basketball. His whole formation of his shot selection. The things that he could potentially do that some other players cannot do. That's part of your skill set. Rather you could dribble with your left hand or your right hand, part of your skill set. Rather you could shoot with your left hand or right hand, part of your skill set, right? And that's part of the skill set. So I don't think that Kendrick Perkins saying, yeah, he forgot about Jordan, he forgot about Kobe, he forgot a lot of guys that could score, that have their own unique skill set. Kevin Durant gets a lot of scoring basically from his size, okay? I'm not saying that he don't have a skill set, okay? He could shoot, he could dribble, all that other good stuff, That's part of his skill set. But his tallness and his athletic ability is not a skill set. Athletic ability is not a skill set, all right? You being tall, fast, powerful is not a skill set. That's just genetics and stuff that you was born with, or stuff that you cheated with, right? Or you take some injections with. You know what I'm saying? So that plays into that motion. I won't go as far to say he's the most talented the most talented scorer of all time, or the best scorer of all time. I would say this about Kevin Durant. He's arguably one of the most skillful scorers of all time. I give him that. But the best scorer of all time, no. I can't go far to say that. Skill, he could be up there for skill. But as far for best scorer of all time, no, I can't give him that. He got some scoring titles, but he should have been runaway best scorer almost countless years, year after year. number one in scoring. You know, I do make that scoring, it comes very easy for Kevin Durant. I admit that. Now, this has nothing to do with I'm not talking about him forming super teams and none of that other stuff. I'm leaving that whole legacy stuff out. We're just talking about Kevin Durant, the man, as a basketball player. You know, he could be a top 5 scorer of all time. He could be that. I wouldn't just put him number one, though. You know, he could be that. You know, the Olympic closing ceremony is coming up later today. Well, actually, by 9 o'clock LA time. So, what I want to talk about though is, you know, that and some other stuff that's going on with the NBA. You know, I think ever since Kevin Durant won that gold medal, I think a lot of people are jumping back on his bandwagon again. I admit this. They won a very impressive gold medal. I give him that, you know. But let's not go overboard now. He's not the best scorer of all time. You can make a case, probably top 5 if you want to go that rate. But you got some guys that scoring in devastating ways, like Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, devastating score. And Kobe Bryant was able to score on guys 10 times taller than him. You know, taller than him. So was Mike. That requires a skill set. That requires a skill set, you know. You know. Wait, how was Tay disrespectful? I did the Nas live stream earlier today. Zach was part of that. And some other cats that normally don't rock on Prince Sports. They're just on that one channel. It's funny because that other channel I got is really just like a separate group of people, you know? It's not really like the same people that rock on this channel. It's kind of weird, you know? Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. The U.S. didn't have their best players, and we still came away with a gold medal. That's pretty impressive.
Yo,
What's good, man?
hey, what up, man? Talk about it. What we doing?
Word, man. We talking about Kevin Durant. Is he
Um,
Kendrick Perkins say he's the greatest scorer of all time. What you think of that, though? I mean, I would say most top 5 skillful. I can't.
I don't pay the
I
media.
can't. I can't say the best scorer of all time.
I don't pay the media no mind, bro. They just be up there just
Word.
saying shit. Just try to manipulate somebody. Like,
Word.
I go by this.
I guess he must be off LeBron's payroll or something. Maybe LeBron didn't pay him his paycheck this week. You know, so he normally would say that about LeBron instead of Kevin Durant.
I go by this. The best scorers is the ones that put the numbers up in the playoffs. Like when I was looking at that list of players that make it to the finals and averaging 30 points per game, those are the real fucking scorers. Because that shit is impressive as fuck. You know how
Word.
hard it is to do to win a finals averaging 30
Oh
from
yeah.
start to finish? Like,
Oh
that's
yeah.
who the best scorers is.
Mm-hmm.
Like fucking Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson,
Oh yeah.
Shaq. Who else is on that list?
Kobe is a good one.
Yeah, Kobe, Jordan, Shaq.
No. Yeah.
Don't,
You know the thing is about then it comes right back to the teammates he played with. We can't really see what Kevin Durant made of because he keep hiding behind good players.
yeah.
I can't even really call it hoop. I can't say how good he is because I never really see him get tested because he always hiding behind somebody.
Kevin Durant did that. I know Kawhi Leonard did that. He averaged
Word.
30 and win actually to win the chip.
Yeah. Kevin Durant didn't do that. He had to share the rock with Steph Curry and them boys.
LeBron James did it. You know, LeBron James did it before.
Word.
You know, like I don't really, I can't really go by regular season scoring, and
Word.
that's not where it's at. Like Michael Jordan, he scored more in the playoffs. So like he
Word.
showed you what it was, you know. Like you got a lot of guys like James Harden. You see what he do in a regular season and playoff time come, the nigga can't even score 40.
Exactly.
He's
And
scoring
yo, you know
60. He's
what makes it
scoring.
more remarkable? If you could score 30 and guard the best player on the opposite team.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
imagine if you was just trying to score, and nigga, you average like 40 points a game. Like if you ain't
Word.
play no defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Especially in
imagine,
today's league. Word.
yeah, man. Just imagine how much Kawhi Leonard or fucking Kobe Bryant would average if they didn't play D.
Word.
And you got players like James Harden that don't play a lick of D, putting up tremendous numbers, but playoff time come, you know they don't do none of that.
Word. Hell yeah, man.
So it's like you
Yo,
know what?
Zach. But hold on for a minute. Yo, Zach, somebody's calling me out or somebody talking to Tay or calling Tay out? Is another YouTuber calling me out?
For what?
But go ahead. Go ahead. You can continue, Hoop. Salute G Money.
Like yeah, man. So that's why I go by playoffs. You know, regular season can't take nothing from the regular season no more because you know you got a lot of clowns that look good in the regular season. Playoff time come, they freeze up. Their numbers go down. Field goal percentages go down.
Word. Hell yeah.
And that's another thing. Like, see, man, this is why this is why I love Kawhi Leonard so much. Who the
Word.
fuck you know that could play defense like that and put up big time numbers while shooting damn near 60% field goal? Like that shit is
Word.
just unheard of, bro. Like that shit
Word.
is fucking crazy. Like you know what I
Hell yeah.
mean? Like, and you got players that get hyped up like James Harden, who does nothing but come on, man. Who does nothing but get his ass buzzed, complain about foul calls, and it is terrible.
Word.
I mean, you
Hell
had
yeah,
players
man.
talking about, oh, he's the greatest scorer. Is he this and that? Remember that shit?
Oh hell yeah. You know, I mean, I guess they off that Olympic high. Man, I would give him props for winning that gold medal because that team USA was kind of suspect. We had like our third string best players out there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm giving him props for winning, but
Yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
talking about like
So,
this nigga James Harden, like the
oh okay,
shit he
okay.
used to do, like in like the regular season. Remember they were saying, oh, is he the greatest scorer ever? Is he a better
Word.
scorer than Kobe Bryant? I'm like, what?
Mm, hell yeah.
Remember those conversations? The media used to say this dumb shit.
Word. I hear that, man.
I'm like, bro, he ain't doing nothing. He don't play no defense.
Cause he's a LeBron slurper. That's why, Tay. All these LeBron crazy fanboys, I'm right here. All you got to do is you see the live right now. If he wants smoke, all he got to do is come do.
You
You
come
know,
through and speak some facts, man. We'll come through.
word, come do. We right here waiting. We ain't going nowhere. You know, if you're gonna make little silly videos about I don't like this guy because he said this, man, miss me with all of that. I'm right here, son. Just come through. You know where to find me. I'm on live almost every day, every other day. I got videos constantly being made. Come on, man. I ain't hard to find.
Word, and when y'all make y'all videos,
Word.
I want y'all to say, like, put it into context. Say, man, I hate those guys because those guys be telling the truth, yo.
Word. Word, man. But I mean that's kiddie stuff, man. I don't do that little kid stuff. Like, oh, I talk about you, you talk about me. That shit is corny, man. No, come do, holla at me, and that's it. Then we could handle it right here on site. That's it. I ain't gonna make 100 videos about you, man. That's a waste of time for me. I got more bigger stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Word, man. So, but as we talking about scores, man, it's funny that they don't mention guys like Kawhi in there either. You know, they don't act like Kawhi don't score in big moments. He scores and shut down guys in big moments. I think he's still, even today, he's still known more for defense than
Yeah, and
offense.
that's crazy because when playoff time come, he's the highest scorer always.
Word. Hell
Put
yeah.
up like this year before he got injured, he was averaging 30 plus while shooting 57%, 60%. Like,
Word.
what the fuck kind of shit is that, man? That is just crazy. But this is
Word.
shit that don't get talked about though.
Word. Hell yeah, son. You know. But yeah, man. Yo, you bounced the Queens again today or what?
Nah.
You hitting that cute barrel. I see you. Word, man.
And that's the
But
shit
yeah,
that pissed, like, that's
go
the shit
ahead.
that pissed me off, man. Because I'm like, yo, why you got niggas like Russell Westbrook,
Uh-huh.
damn near 41% field goal percentage. Remember he was doing all this and that. These
Yeah.
motherfuckers hyping him up and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like play like James Harden shooting 43, 44%. Like jacking up shit. It's like, man, like
Word.
you got
Hell yeah,
guys
man.
guys that's fucking up the game.
Word. Oh, yo, and they re-signed Reggie Jackson, Clippers, 2-year contract.
How much is it worth again, his contract?
Oh, I forget, but I know it's 2 years, a 2-year contract. So he'd
Yo,
be
see?
he'd be back re-signed.
Yo, P, I told you that they was gonna resign Reggie.
Yep. Hell yeah, man.
I
Rightfully
said,
so, though, because he was balling.
everybody talking about, oh, he gonna go somewhere and get more money. I said, yo, listen, Reggie gonna stay. Like after I seen that interview when he told the team that they saved him and this and that, and he started crying, I said, nah, he
Mm.
gonna stick with the Clippers. I
Word.
knew it right then and there that he was staying with us.
Hell yeah,
Cause that's
man.
some real shit. Like,
Word.
yeah, that's some real shit. The nigga told the team that, yo, man, thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for saving me. Like, y'all saved me. He was crying. Like, like he wanted to win for them so bad. Like I said, man, the Clippers don't need to do nothing but re-sign the players that they had because each year they get better and better with chemistry, man.
Oh yeah. Y'all biggest problem is health, though.
Yeah, I know, man. You can't do
Word.
nothing. Listen, you can't do nothing about that. But listen,
Yep.
the chemistry that them guys been developing is unbelievable. Like, listen, from year one, all
Mm.
right, the bubble season, but this season, the comeback season, was
Mm-hmm.
immaculate. Like when they was all clicking, the Clippers looked so fucking dangerous. Even like, man, you had niggas like Luke Kennard
Word.
shooting shit that can't miss. Remember me?
Oh
Like
hell yeah.
they got so many. Listen, we got Marcus Morris, and Marcus Morris is so underrated because he was averaging 20 plus points for the Knicks.
Hell yeah.
Remember?
Hell yeah.
Before Julius Randle was there. So he's a scary good player. Like Marcus Morris, some nights he can carry you. He could go from a good 20 to 40, 35.
Word.
Marcus Morris is a beast. Like he could create his own shot. He played defense. Like he remind me of a J.R. Smith.
Mm. True that. Hell yeah, man.
But just less athletic.
Yeah, and don't take as much crazy shots as JR.
Yeah, he's a
Remember JR
wild.
Smith used to take them crazy shots, be like, no, 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 no. But then if it goes in, all right, we cool.
That shit could be crazy back in the day.
Word. Word. Hell yeah, man. Olympics is over. We got the most gold medals. I don't know where it's gonna be at for the next 4 years from now, but this was a good Olympics, man.
Yeah, but Marcus Morris is unbelievably good. He's nice, bro.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah,
Nick
you,
was.
you still got Marcus Morris, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they solid, man. They just got to wait till Kawhi come back, and they be right back there in championship contention. You know, yeah.
And my guy Nick Batum. Oh my God, he's a
Salute,
beast.
salute.
Word. What's
G, what
up?
up?
What's up, G Money?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man? Now, what you got on this Kendrick Perkins saying Kevin Durant's the greatest scorer of all time?
Okay. Okay. Look, Durant's a great scorer, but he's not a better scorer than Kobe and MJ. He's not. All right. Let's
Right.
break it down. Kobe, MJ, nice footwork to hit the mid range, athleticism, jab step. Durant, the only thing Durant is better than is 3-point shooting. That is it. Other than that, he's not a better scorer than Kobe and MJ. And also, those two guys are more clutch than KD. Don't get me wrong. In my opinion, KD's kind of clutch, but
Yeah.
Kobe and MJ scare me more in the clutch.
Oh yeah, and they're better at attacking the basket and better
Exactly.
post up game.
More athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, KD is like top.
What's up,
Yeah.
Hoop? You was breaking up a little bit.
Hoop, you want to like come back a little bit? Like you want to like lead them come back to like, because your Wi-Fi is gone?
Hoop, you here? It's probably a little technical difficulties a little bit.
I mean, KD's arguably a top 5 scorer. He's arguably a top 5 scorer, which he is, but he's not the greatest scorer of all time. Is he efficient? Yes.
Yeah.
But Kevin Durant is not a better skill scorer. He's not. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant can post up, athleticism, fadeaway, jab step. They can hit the mid-range at a high clip. And I said, they're more clutch. Yes, KD is clutch in my opinion, but those two guys I just named are more clutch and strike more fear in team's heart than Kevin Durant.
But let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Who's the best scorer in the NBA right now?
Right now, I'll probably say KD. Right now,
you got him over James Harden, who also likes to score?
To me, I say KD, but you could make a case for James Harden. I mean, Harden can score, don't get me wrong, but here's the thing. If you take away his free throws, then you get what I'm saying? It's going to be you're not going to stop James Harden because Harden's a great scorer. I'm just saying it's easier to contain Harden more than Kevin Durant. Because if you stop Durant from 3, he can hit the mid-range, the pull-up. Harden can hit the mid-range, but he doesn't take a whole lot of mid-range like he did in OKC. And even though he can hit threes, he's not the greatest three-point shooter in the world. So that's what I'm saying. I think Durant slightly is a better scorer than Harden, but you can make a case for Harden.
Word. We got that guy we got somebody new again saying you're a Dame hater again. Wow.
I'm not going to argue with him.
Where these people come from? Is it the same guy? Because this can't be the LeBron and Ford. This is
clowns and trolls. That's what they are. Clowns and
Jello ball, whatever. I don't know, bro.
It's LeBron and Ford, man. Like it's him. Like,
you think it's him?
I'm pretty sure it's him. Like the narrative that I hate name. At this point, I'm not gonna respond anymore. But who I think is the best scorer of all time, I think is Michael Jordan. The only guy that comes close, in my opinion, is Kobe Bryant. You could make a case for Wilt, though. Wilt was a great scorer back then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Walt Chamberlain, yeah. Walt Chamberlain was like the epitome of scoring. So, yeah, man. But how you making out these NBA free agency moves, man?
So far, pretty good moves. Kawhi's coming back to the Clippers. No surprise there. Also, I mean, the Lakers get stronger. The Heat get stronger. The Hornets make some moves. The Bulls are going to be a good team next year. Make some moves. The Knicks, our team may move, get Kemba and Fournier. So yeah, free agency has been fun so far.
Who won free agency?
Who won it? It's between the Lakers, the Heat, and the Bulls. It's really tough, man. It's really tough for me to say that because those teams made moves. If I have to choose, I'll say slightly the Lakers, slightly.
Word. Hey, yo, Hoop, come. I took you out so you could come back in because maybe it was something wrong with your Wi-Fi or something. But yeah, I'm glad we got you here because we missed to answer that question from before. Who won the free agency between Chicago and Miami Heat?
Chicago, Miami?
Yeah.
Whew, dang, that's tough, man.
But before you answer that, keep in mind Laura Markkanen may be on the verge of leaving. So you may not want to count him on the roster.
That's true. I think he's gone. Right. Between Chicago and Miami, let's look at Chicago. You get a go-to guy in DeMar DeRozan that can help out Zach LaVine. You get Caruso, who's a champion, who's a pretty good, he's athletic and pretty good defender that can hit the three. You also get Lonzo Ball, he's not a great shooter, but he's a better shooter now compared to his Laker days. And also you get a good defender. For the Heat, you get champions in Markieff Morris, Lowry, and PJ Tucker. This is tough for me to pick, man. It really is.
Oh yeah,
it's tough for me to pick. But
let me say this then: who wins? Miami Heat versus Chicago Bulls.
In a 7-game series, I got Miami in 7. I think Miami in 7. I just think Miami has more experience than Chicago. Look, I like DeRozan, but let's be honest. Jimmy Butler's a way better playoff performer than DeMar DeRozan. Let's be honest. Also, the Bulls don't have, other than Caruso and DeRozan and Vucevic, they don't have a lot of playoff experience. So that's going to factor in. And Kyle Lowry, he was a choker to start his career, but then he changed the narrative in 2019. He played even better in the playoffs, helped by Kawhi. So I think that, if the Bulls and the Heat were to play each other in the playoffs, I got Heat in 7.
Oh, yeah. I think the Heat got a little too much experience and some more better veterans. Guys that know how to close games out a little more. The Bulls are still a little unproven. I mean, DeMar DeRozan is an experienced veteran. But then when I look at the rest of the roster, I'm like, these are kind of babies,
Well, Vucevic and Caruso have been there before, but other than that, Lonzo hasn't been to the playoffs. LaVine hasn't been to the playoffs. Kobe hasn't been to the playoffs. Kobe White hasn't been to the playoffs. Patrick Williams hasn't been to the playoffs.
Would you consider Alex Caruso like a veteran, or you think he's still like?
I can't say vet, but he's been to the. I can't say veteran, but he's been to the playoffs though.
Okay. So you're just going by like based off experience.
Experience, yeah, but the Heat have way more experience. Butler's been to a finals. Bam been to a finals. Lowry been to a finals. Morris been to a finals. Tucker been to a finals. Spoelstra's been to a finals.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a lot of experience. Yeah. But man, that combo of Nick and Laura Markkinen could have been great if Laura stays.
You talking about Larry?
Larry. Yeah. I'm talking about the Bulls now. I'm talking about Larry Markkinen and
Zach LaVine.
No, not Zach LaVine. The other dude. What's his first? I always have a problem pronouncing his name. He came from the Orlando Magic. He was an all-star.
Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah.
Nick Vucevic.
Yep, him. Don't you think him and Markkinen could have been like a good trio?
It could have been LaVine, because you have LaVine and LaVine and Vucevic were all-stars, and Markkinen is a good stretch big you can have. So you can get to the basket. That would have been a good trio, but I just felt that Larry Markkinen just didn't fit after that, so they're probably gonna let him go. A team like San Antonio could use him though.
Yeah, they could. That's a good pick. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the Clippers get Justice Winslow.
That's a good move there. Good defensive guy. Occasionally he can hit a three, but the good move for the Clippers.
Yeah, but he's a Kawhi Leonard insurance. I think he'd be in that starting lineup until Kawhi come back.
True. I don't think Kawhi's going to play this year. I don't see it. I think this is like a whatever year for the Clippers. It's like, hey, we're going to make the playoffs, and potentially, if you can, I don't know, because the West is tough, man. The West is tough because there's a lot of teams that can sneak in. You got the Lakers. If I had to make a top 8, I got the Lakers. I got the Suns at 2. I got the Jazz at 3. I got the Nuggets at 4. I think the Mavericks get 5. I think this is tough for me. I think the Warriors get this. Let me change that. The Warriors get the 5th seed or 4th seed. It's hard for me.
Okay.
Number 6, I think it'll be. Let me find a team. Mavericks. Number 7, I think the Grizzlies make the playoffs again. I'm going to shock you for number 8. I got the Pelicans. I think the Clippers may drop off.
The Pelicans gotta make the playoffs sooner or later, man. They got too many good pieces. They got a very young, exciting core. They're gonna peak at some point. Remember, the Phoenix Suns took a while to peak, and look what happened to them.
Right. I think the Clippers may make the play in. if Kawhi were healthy, the Clippers would have made the playoffs, obviously. But since the Clippers have injuries, and don't forget, Paul George is injury prone too. So that's
Yeah.
another reason why I think the Clippers may drop off. Because you have to consider Paul George is injury prone. We don't know when Kawhi is coming back. So that's one. And I think the Pelicans have good talent when you have Devontae Graham, you have Zion, you have Valanciunas. Like the Pelicans have no real reason not to make the playoffs this year. So
Mhm.
I think they'll just squeak in slightly. I think the Clippers drop to 9. I'm not confident because I don't think Kawhi is going to play. If Kawhi comes back, they may get in. If not, I don't know.
Word. So yeah, man. But here's the thing. About this free agency. Oh, here come Hoop Facts. He's coming back in. Yo, Hoop.
Yo.
What's good, man?
Yeah, bro. My bad. I had to go take care of something real quick.
It's all good. Yeah, man. We was talking about like teams that won in the free agency, man. G Money says he don't think the Clippers will make the playoffs because
If
probably
Kawhi doesn't come
because
back,
Kawhi doesn't come back. Yeah,
if Kawhi comes back, they'll get in. I just think I look at many sides here. Is Paul George going to play the whole season?
yeah.
Because he's great. Paul George is very good. I'm just saying that injuries and stuff. You have to consider
Oh yeah.
that. So that's my.
No, I got
Say-
Paul George playing like 68, 70 games.
If he plays that much, then they might get in.
No, I think they're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna at least be like a 4th, 5th seed. They should be.
I don't know about that high. I don't know about that. You have the Warriors with Klay Thompson. I know Klay might not be 100%.
Warriors split. Bro, like the
You
Warriors.
The Mavs, they're still decent. You have the Suns, the Nuggets, the Lakers, the Jazz. I don't know, man.
Yeah, because the Clippers should be good, bro. They got a deep team.
No, they'll be decent. I think they'll be decent. I'm just saying that if they were fully healthy, I would definitely pick them to be a top 4 seed. Fully healthy Clippers team is a top 4. Let's be honest. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that with the uncertainty of Kawhi, also the West getting a little bit stronger, and this just means we don't know if Paul George is going to play most of the season. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Do you think Paul George could lead the Clippers to the playoffs without Kawhi?
No, if you talk about fully healthy Paul George, absolutely. Fully healthy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got them making the playoffs for sure.
If Paul George is healthy, they're making the playoffs. If Paul George is healthy, I'll drop the Pelicans out, put the Clippers in. I just don't know if he's going to play most of the season. That's my problem.
Well, I mean, Pelicans could potentially knock off Memphis too.
True.
That could be like your 8th seed.
That is true. I just think that the Grizzlies with Ja, Brooks. I mean, they traded Valanciunas away, which is a big loss, and Grayson Allen, which is
honestly, I don't think the Warriors is gonna do anything.
You don't think the Warriors going to the playoffs?
I think they will.
Man, I don't know, man. The NBA done caught up, surpassed them already. No, like their time is up. I mean, last year they couldn't even make it. Even though Klay is coming back, we gotta see how Klay look.
That is true.
Two injuries back to back without him even coming back yet.
True. That's why I think they'll be like a 5, 6 seed around that. That's why.
That's too high. Then we got Jamar Green. He's only getting worse.
Fine, 6 seed. Happy?
Man, we got to see how they look, but I don't know, man.
Word. Do you think Ben Simmons leaves Philadelphia?
I have no idea to this point. I have no idea.
And if he goes to Golden State, then I think we could pencil in that they're going to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, because Ben would fit with that team because he can pass, he can rebound, he's athletic. My only problem with Ben.
Wait,
I
got a question. Like, that can work if they bench Draymond Green, but them two on the court together gonna be tragic.
That's a good point. That's why I would trade Draymond. If I were Golden State, I would trade Draymond.
Or bench him.
But
you can't have both of them in the starting lineup.
But who's gonna be your 5? Like, is number 1 gonna be Curry? Number 2 gonna be Klay? 3 gonna be
Wiggins.
How about Wiseman at the 5?
They can't keep
Yeah.
Wiggins to get Ben. They can't keep Wiggins. They gotta trade him.
Yeah, if they get Ben Simmons, then Wiggins is gone.
He's gone. So I guess but let me see. Number 3 maybe Ben. Who's your number 4 though?
Kelly, is that nigga Kelly still there?
No, Oubre's in Charlotte now. He's gone.
Yeah, man, they would have to get somebody at that position, but
and you're 5.
maybe they could use one of their draft picks. They did get somebody at 7 and 14.
Don't forget Iggy. Yeah, Zach is right. So you might have Iggy at the 3, Ben at the 4, and then Wiseman at the 5.
Oh, that's right. Iguodala came back.
But he's not gonna be a factor no more.
I'm not saying he'll be great. Of course he's not, but at least he's still a decent vet that might give you some defense and occasionally hit a 3.
Word. Let me ask you this: who's your top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference, and what team you think could break in there? Because I think Miami, or probably, I don't know if the Bulls could do it, but it's regular season. But who you think what's your top 3 teams in the East, and who you think could take one of them out of that top 3 spot?
Okay, number 1 or 2 is vice versa between Brooklyn and Milwaukee. Okay. And number 3, I'm going to shock people. I think Miami gets the number 3 seed.
Over Philly?
Yeah, slightly. I think Philly regressed a little bit. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't sleep on Atlanta.
Yeah, I think Miami could sneak in that top 3, bro. Mm-hmm. I think they could do that. And here's the thing, though. Philly's going to be depleted a certain extent if they trade Ben Simmons and they get bamboozled, because you don't know what they're going to get back. That's right. If they get a Dame Dollar,
that can help offensively. I mean, your offense will be dynamite with Dame. You just get sucked defensively.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing. So if I had to make a top 8, here's my top 8 in the East overall, my playoff teams. Number 1, Brooklyn. Number 2, Milwaukee. Number 3, Miami. Number 4, 5 is tough. I said it like a tie between Philly and Atlanta. Number 6, I think Chicago. I think Chicago's gonna be.
What about the Pacers?
I'm coming. Number 7, I think New York makes the playoffs. Number 8, I'll be honest with you, man. I think Charlotte sneaks in over Indiana. Because here's the thing: is Sabonis going to stay healthy? Is Brogdon going to stay healthy? That's the thing, though. I don't know. So I think Indiana's number 9. I think they just slightly miss it.
That's not a bad list, man. I could see LaMelo Ball going to the playoffs for the first time.
He was going to the playoffs this year. The people forget about this. Charlotte was like top 4 or 5 in the East until LaMelo got hurt, and Gordon Hayward, and Scary Terry, and Devontae Graham. That team had a lot of injuries. If they're fully healthy, I think they would have made the postseason.
That's a good breakdown. Yo, Hoops, you got Brooklyn as number 1 team in the East, or you think even with that big 3, they still suspect?
Milwaukee could get number 1.
Got them a top 3. No, I want to see how Giannis gonna look next season, man. Because that knee injury that he had, and he came right back and played on it. I gotta see how he looks.
True that. Yeah.
That's something that's serious, you know.
Word. Hey, yo, G Money, we was talking about Giannis a couple days ago, me and Hoop. I think it was 2 days ago, and I said Giannis will still have a couple more years of dominance, but Hoop says Giannis got about 3 years left by the time he hit 30.
Like 30. I don't think at least till he hit like 30 years old. I don't think I think he's gonna be on like that Blake Griffin shit, because his game is based off power, speed, and athleticism.
True, but Blake was injury prone. That's the thing, though. I mean, here's the thing.
Do you think Giannis declines by age 30?
I don't see it. I think he has a lot of good years left. Around like 35 or 36, he might go downhill, because if he can stay healthy, let's see if he stays healthy. He's an underrated playmaker, good defender. He still has a lot of years left. He's in his prime.
Players that's that big, bro, and their game relies.
I think Giannis will have a lot of years if he can stay healthy because he's athletic, great defender, underrated ball handler, good passer, great rebounder. If he can just stay healthy, let's say he just stays healthy. He has a lot of package. The only thing Giannis may need a little bit is a jump shot, just like a mid range at least.
Do you think he develops that? Because he's 26. Do you see Giannis getting better with shooting, or do you don't see him progressing at all? Is this the best Giannis that we're gonna see?
I say 50-50. I don't know. I'm
Bro,
gonna wait
I
like
think
2
this
years.
is, bro. I think this is the best as it's gonna get for his game, bro. Like, and listen, like I done seen this shit. Like, listen, like you want to make a bet on it? I'm like, bro, it ain't gonna last that long.
Yeah, but Blake Griffin. No, Blake was a good player. He was
The
athletic.
only
Blake was injury
player,
prone.
the only player that played his style that lasts is LeBron James. And LeBron
Yeah,
James shoot more, so we can't even really compare the two.
I mean, I know
So
that.
you know, and the thing is, Giannis is 7. He's a 7-footer, and the way he plays, nah, bro, it's not gonna. Like I said, he got another 4 or 5 years, which is still enough time to get a couple of rings.
Zach, no, I think Boston misses the playoffs. I don't like their moves as much. I mean, they
Like,
got Al Horford, okay, but I don't think. I think Boston drops out.
like that
I
style of
would,
play. Listen, P.
What's
It's like
up?
that style of play. That shit wears you down so fast.
Yeah.
Like that wears you down, OD, bro.
Yeah, but here's the
Like,
thing.
look at
Remember Jason Kidd couldn't shoot? And he got better
right,
at shooting the 3-ball when he was like in his late 40s. Or I
right,
mean late 30s. I'm sorry.
true.
So you can
everybody is. I mean, think about it. Like everybody is different,
yeah.
Hmm.
but to try to maintain all that athleticism and speed is gonna be hard, bro. Especially
Yeah.
at 7 foot. Like, look what happened to Dwayne Wade. Like a couple injuries,
True.
and the Dwayne Wade just fell off the cliff. Like
Yeah, but you
Dwayne
know
Wade
what?
had a
Dwayne
good
Wade came
career,
into the
but
game with injuries. A lot of people don't know
Yeah,
that.
but Wade was great. Don't get us
Yeah.
wrong, but he was injury prone.
Yeah.
Giannis isn't injury prone like that.
Yeah. Wade had an
yo,
operation
then the
early in
thing,
his career. I think he should have never had that operation. He
yo,
probably would have sustained a longer career.
check this out. Like this injury that Giannis has now, we don't know how he's gonna look next season or how that's gonna affect him. Because he came
True
right
that.
back out and played on that shit, bro.
True,
So we
true.
got to see how that's look. That's bad. It's not gonna.
Mm.
Remember, he's on a lot of drugs and pills that they give him for the pain. But bro, like you don't know how that's gonna affect him going down the line.
Oh yeah.
Because like
Hell
an
yeah.
injury like
That's a
that,
good
you're
point.
not supposed to come back and play on it right away.
He looked even
So
better in the
like I
finals
said, and
despite that,
Giannis
which
is
is
kind of
crazy.
Wait, what you said, G Money?
He looked.
because of
I
the
mean,
because of
Hoop
the
has a good
drugs you
point.
because
Yeah,
because of the drugs they gave him, G. Because the drugs it numb your pain. Like listen, like I used to play ball. So when I got injured, they gave me Percocets. So I was still able to play while I was on that pill and
hmm,
feel good as a motherfucker. I ain't feel an injury. But once
Mm-hmm.
that shit wear off, forget about it.
Oh yeah.
So he was drugged up. Next
Word.
season won't be the same. He won't be drugged up. So we got to see how that knee holds up.
true, true.
Word.
Giannis
If
is kind of injury
if
prone.
Giannis wins another ring this season, though,
Oh, if
what
he
does
wins,
that do for his legacy?
it boosts it up. If he
Okay.
wins a championship,
Like I said, P, he still has enough time to win more rings. But as far
Yeah.
as people talking about he going to be dominant until he's 35, 36, 34, hell no. That's unrealistic for a guy that plays like him.
I
And
mean, time
especially
will
at
tell.
that height.
Mm.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
like, I mean, yeah, like time will tell. But that's just my prediction.
Word.
True, but I think Giannis will get like maybe 2 more rings. Probably that's it. I don't see 5. I don't see 5 rings. I said like maybe 2 more rings. That's it. Because remember, the East will get better. So
Yeah. Do you
yeah.
see that next championship coming this season or no?
Nah, I don't think he repeats. I don't see it.
Mm.
Nah. If Brooklyn's healthy, no.
Exactly.
If they're not, maybe.
Yeah, but when is Brooklyn ever healthy? That's the thing.
That's true. But I'm just assuming they are. Let's say they are healthy. Just a hypothetical. I don't see how the Bucks can beat them. Can they challenge them? Yes. But are they going to beat them 4 out of 7 times when healthy? I don't see it.
No. Yeah, bro. They took them to 7 games without that big three. So with that big three, it's going to be a problem.
Exactly.
So yeah, man. But I mean, I still, if he could win another championship this upcoming season, bro, that'd be great for his legacy, man.
If he wins this championship, you can arguably, he'll be the best Milwaukee Buck of all time if he wins this one. Arguably.
Oh yeah. No question, man. Okay, so we covered the East. What about the Western Conference? What's your top three teams out the West, and who could break in there?
Top 3: Lakers, Suns, Jazz. Heck, the Suns or Jazz can get number 1 that the Lakers may coast. Who knows? But I'll put the Lakers at number 1 because I think they're going to try to get home court advantage. The team that might speak in the top 3, maybe the Nuggets if Jamal Murray can get healthy. But if I have to be honest, I'm going to say Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Utah.
Wow. So you get the Clippers hanging on the outside. You don't ever see them being the top 3 no more?
If Kawhi were healthy, they would be a top 3. But since he's not, I don't know about that. So,
okay. All right. You're going by right now. I got you.
Right now.
All right. What about the Denver Nuggets?
Oh, they're gonna be, if they're healthy, they're a top 4 seed. If they're healthy, they're a top 4 seed.
Oh yeah. Especially, I think they're gonna have a good regular season, but the playoffs, I think, is where they're gonna run into hurdles.
Right. They just gotta get
I don't see the Suns being a hot seed. I don't think so. With like a Chris Paul a year older, and the NBA.
You think this is a one and done thing with the Phoenix Suns?
Man, if they make it, they're gonna be a low seed, bro. Because it's like, you got like this should always happen. Like this should always happen. Like it's always a surprise team that make it and do good. Then like next year, the NBA's not sleeping on them, and they start getting exposed. Look at Miami, for instance. A great example.
Yeah. Miami look horrible. But they were inconsistent, I should say, in this season. But to be fair, they did have a lot of injuries. Butler did miss 20 games, so you have to consider that.
Word. But yeah, man. What about like at least the terms of the Pelicans? I think you believe that they could make the playoffs.
I think they'll make it this year. Zion, hey, he's gonna be in his 3rd year soon, right? 2 months from now. There's no way he should miss the playoffs this year. I think he'll squeak in.
He becomes an all-star this year too.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So I think this is going to be a breakout. Yeah, I agree. I think this is going to be a breakout season for Zion, especially in the regular season. So the Pelicans should be a good team going into the future. But do you think the Suns was just a one and done thing? You don't think that? You think that's a fluke, or you think they're the real deal? I can't really answer that question. I'm always confused. Like I don't
think they'll be a top. I know Hoop may think otherwise. I think they're a top seed when healthy. But I don't think they'll make the finals. I don't see it. I say maybe between the 2nd round and Western Conference final, maybe if they can stay healthy. But I don't see NBA finals. I don't see it.
Word. Yeah, I don't think they go to the finals neither, man. But I like that pickup. I like that pickup with McGee on them.
That's a good move. They needed size. What killed them against Milwaukee was size and rebounding.
Yeah, you know what? I'm surprised Brooklyn still don't care about getting size. All they want is just offense and offense.
They need defense.
Yeah, it's like they just say we have all these offensive players. We could just blow people out. I mean, no, man. Where's your defense? If everybody's it's only one basketball. So if nobody else play defense, everybody just waiting for the ball for them to score. And the 3 stars are going to be ball dominant. So all those other guys on the team is pointless because they ain't gonna do nothing but just wait for you to pass them the ball.
Right.
Bro, you got a whole bunch of low IQ motherfuckers that's on the team.
Are you
Word.
talking about the Nets?
You
Yep.
talking about the Nets who?
A bunch of low IQ motherfuckers.
Word. Yeah, man. Me and G Money kept saying this all year long. Why won't they get some size and some defense?
Exactly. Why you
There's
think they
players
lost
out there, they don't get it.
And also, there's many reasons. 1, injuries. 2, rebounding. 3, size. And 4, I mean, they can score the ball, but we all could agree they don't defend very well. If they just had some size last year and they were healthy, they would have won a title. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. And you know, the funny part about it is they got their big three. The Lakers got their big three, but at least the Lakers got common sense to be like, hey, we got these 3 guys. We need shooting.
Right. And they got Dwight Howard who can help with their rebounding. My only problem with the Lakers is health and complacency.
Word. Is that kid Trunks?
I don't think
Yeah,
that's him.
yeah.
Oh, it is you. Okay.
What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Word. I see you. What's that? DJ Quick? You going West Coast on me?
Yeah, he in my opinion, he like the best West Coast rapper out.
Oh, really? Okay. That's what's up.
He better than that what's that boy name? That fake gangster Dre and Easy.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. What you got on this Kevin Durant stuff, man? Best scorer of all time or what for you?
He one of the most efficient scorers. I will admit that.
Okay.
But the greatest scorer, I don't know about that, man.
Nah, this MJ and Kobe. Yeah.
Word.
You got MJ, you got Kobe, you got
Wilt.
Nah, I can't do it. He the most efficient scorer I ever seen in my life.
Man, Wilt Chamberlain got like hoops encyclopedia type numbers, like video game numbers.
Exactly.
This man had a season averaging over 50, bro. That's nuts. Imagine if somebody could do that.
He wasn't playing against nobody though.
Yeah,
You
I
can
know
say the
that,
same
but
for Bill
still,
Russell.
That's true, but you can't take that
don't
away
matter,
from Wilt.
don't
Wilt
matter.
was
it's still
dominant.
impressive though,
matter.
bro. Word, man. You know, he still had to go up against them Celtics and all that. You know, so but yeah, man. Well, what we was talking about the Western Conference.
Who he had to go against, Pete? He can't even name who he had to go against, Pete.
Bill Russell Celtics.
Okay, Hoop, I want to ask you, if you
I
put
know
Wilt in
who's
this
gonna
era,
laugh at
do you
that.
think Wilt would be dominant in this era? Hoop?
Who?
What do you mean?
Wilt. If you put Wilt in the era right now, do you think he'll be dominant?
Playing the way?
Yeah, I think he. Wait. I think he averaged between probably like a good 18 to 25 points, probably.
Oh,
like
come
that.
on. Only 18 to 25? Wilt? What?
Yeah, and this, bro, in this era, like 18 to 25.
Bro,
All
probably
this
45.
averaging. No, cut it.
Bro. There's not a lot of great interior
If you have
defense.
Shaq is the most dominant big man of all time.
On top of this era.
Yes, and Shaq didn't even average.
It depends, because I think Wilt and G Money.
Yeah.
I think Wilt, he would have been good, because you got a player like Giannis, which I'm not trying to
45 points.
criticize, but
Not no 45
Wilt
points a
Chamberlain's
game, bro.
physicality. Hold up, Wilt Chamberlain's physicality is undeniable, bro. He was athletic as a bro. Dude, in a 100-meter dash, he ran like a 10-2 something.
Exactly, and not
His
unless
athleticism
there's
will be
not
crazy,
a lot of
man.
defensive bigs that can guard him in the post. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what will be dominant.
And he had a crazy vertical, man. Like his athleticism for
Wilt Chamberlain was one of the most athletic, gifted players of all time.
Strong as hell too. Strong. So I
yeah,
mean,
bro, like the most dominant player to ever play this game was Shaq. And if Shaq didn't average no 40 points a game, I don't think Wilt Chamberlain is averaging no damn 40 points a game in today's game.
Who said he was going to score 40? Who said that?
I did. Good. Okay,
I don't know
fine.
about
30,
40.
fine. 35. Happy? 35. Happy?
Yo,
not his first year.
You gotta look at it. You gotta look at it like this. If Walt was born from this era, he would have all the advanced metrics of today's players. He won't look the same way as you see from the past. He'd probably be even more stronger and faster. and he'd
And
be
also,
able to.
Shaq had Kobe Bryant. That's another reason why he didn't have. Also had Kobe and Wade, so we had to consider that too.
You know, and Walt Chamberlain probably would have had a 3-point shot if he was from this era.
You think so? I don't know about that.
Because look, you know, he would have been born playing today's style of basketball. He wouldn't know what old school basketball is because he wouldn't be from that era. He'd have been from this era.
Okay.
So he would have had to go do all of the generation things of shooting threes, Euro steps. He would have been playing like a today's player. He wouldn't have been playing like
he would have been a stronger, more athletic Giannis.
Right.
Yeah.
And Giannis is averaging 30 plus in this era. So that's what I'm saying. You put Will in this era, he'll be dominant. I'd say like 30 to 35. Maybe 45 may be too much. I would say like 30 to 35.
Word.
Probably. He'll definitely get around like 29, 30 or higher, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. My only problem.
You don't even know what his skill set would be if he was playing now, because he would have had to. That means he would have had to been coming up watching MJ, all them other dudes that came before him. So his skill set would have been completely different.
But the only thing that killed Wilt was free throw shooting. That was it. He was not a good free throw shooter, but other than that, he was dominant.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that will probably get carried on to this generation.
You know, like
you ain't a good free throw shooter. Ain't gonna be a good free throw shooter. Yeah.
But
like a player like fucking Jerry, like a player like Jerry West, right?
He would have been balling today. He would have been good.
Hell no.
Oh
wait,
goodness,
if you drop Jerry West's skill set from back then in today's league, he wouldn't even make the NBA, bro.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not gonna have an argument with you, Hoop. Okay. Who's the most efficient scorer of all time?
That nigga wouldn't even make the league.
You can believe that. I think that's ridiculous, but you can believe that. I want to ask you guys, who is the most efficient scorer of all time? Efficient.
Bro, like players back then, like them guards back then, bro, they was trash.
No. Answer my question, man. Who's the most efficient scorer of all time? Answer my question.
I don't know.
MJ? I really don't. I really can't give you an answer, bro. I really don't know.
What do you think, P? Who do you think is the most efficient scorer? Efficient.
On offense or defense? What are we talking
about? Offense.
The sky hook.
Oh, Kareem is one. Jordan is one. There's a lot. Yeah. Jordan was a guard that's shooting over 50%. That was kind of rare. Kareem is one of them. Kareem was a big. It's easy for a big to shoot over 50%.
Right.
Wilt, definitely.
Yeah, Wilt was up there. He a big. Jerry West was pretty good for a guard. He was good for a guard. He had 47 field goal percentage seasons.
And Jerry West was an underrated passer, man. Great passer.
Yeah.
Jerry West was averaging 27, 8, and 6.
Right. You put him in this.
He might, if he was played in this era, he might put up Luka numbers. If Luka could do it, why can't Jerry West?
Luka could do. I think Jerry West is better all time than Luka. I mean, Luka.
Oh, yeah. I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying he probably would be putting up similar to Luka numbers.
Right. He was averaging 31 one season.
I can't go back and judge them players that played in the 60s and all that, bro. Like that they was too fucking trash, bro. Basketball was not basketball back then, bro. The skill and everything was not what it is today, bro. That's not.
So what was the difference between the 70s, 80s? So which one did not have skill?
The 80s is pretty okay.
Huh?
The 80s was stacked.
The 80s were nice, man. They were good.
The 80s were great. 80s was one of the golden eras of basketball.
Yeah, Pistons, Celtics.
Yeah, I said the 80s was good. I said the 80s was good.
Bernard King. Y'all don't. Man, there's some guys that don't even talk about that was good. Bernard King was a beast.
No,
Bernard King. You also
Moses Malone.
The 60s. Bro, the 60s was not basketball, bro. Like, anybody could go and join the NBA back then, bro. Them niggas is severe trash. Like, it was so bad that fucking, guess what, bro? Like, back then, like that shit is like equivalent to like middle school basketball now, bro. Like probably even junior varsity basketball, bro. No, them niggas was trash.
I
They
mean,
had
Lion
no
Man, the
skill,
era
no
was
nothing
bad back
whatsoever.
then.
So,
What about the 70s?
West played in the 70s too.
70s.
Jerry West played in the
the
70s.
70s, it started getting good. It started
Okay.
getting better. But after the 80s, that's when the NBA was the NBA. That's when you could count for okay. That's when you could start ranking the great players from the 80s and on. Back then, no, them niggas is trash.
I want to ask you, how good do you think Bill Russell will be? Because Xbox said Bill Russell was overrated. I agree with that. I like Bill, but Bill was overrated. No offense.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think Bill Russell, but in today, that nigga probably wouldn't even make the fucking NBA, bro. You got so many big men
he can rebound
that's
at
faster
least.
and quicker. Like,
Whoa. Bill Russell's pretty athletic too. He was.
He was athletic. I mean, he was. I mean, was he great offensively? No, he was not great offensively, but he was a good defender, could rebound. I mean, yes.
Man, he put the clamps on Walt a couple times. It's not easy stopping Walt Chamberlain.
Dude, true. Is he going to stop Jokic and Embiid every time? No, but I mean, he'll try a little bit.
But with that being said, Bill Russell is overrated.
True.
But
no disrespect.
He's a good player. Though. He's a good player.
He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
what you were saying? Who? I think his Wi-Fi probably dropped or something.
But I think Bill will make the air. Think about this, man. If Joakim Noah can make the NBA right now, so can Bill. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Joakim Noah.
I mean, Joakim Noah was actually good in Chicago. Joakim Noah was actually good in Chicago, though.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yo, Hoop, you back?
Yeah.
All right. What you saying? Because you got cut off.
So yeah, bro. Like the requirements to make the NBA now from back then is.
But hoop. But that boy Draymond Green, he's in the NBA.
Exactly.
Huh?
You heard what
Draymond's in the NBA right now, and he doesn't have a good score, and he's not a great scorer.
No, who said it was about being a great scorer?
All right, you just why don't you think Bill will make the NBA? He was athletic, though. It's true. Many players today are athletic. You put Bill in this era, he'll be athletic.
Because you got players, all right, like back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could go drop I'm gonna name a good big man that's not in the NBA. Kenneth Fareed. You drop him back in then, he would be a fucking beast, averaging crazy numbers. He's not in the league, he's not in the NBA no more because he can't shoot or do nothing. Besides play defense and basically rebound.
Word. You said Kenneth Fareed?
Yeah.
He was actually good in Denver though.
But if you put him back then in the 60s and 70s, how much you think he's gonna average?
He'll probably be better.
Ain't no problem. That nigga be a beast.
Okay. Yeah, see, but here's the thing. He won't have that skill set, though, if he's in the 60s.
He don't got no skill set already. He do. But
right. You know what I mean, though. He won't be the Kenneth Fareed that you think. He been completely different, man. He been dribbling probably with one hand, like the rest of them dudes. It's not like he'll know what a crossover is if he's from like the 60s and stuff like that.
He don't even dribble now. So what's the difference? That's why I pick somebody like him. When you ever see him dribble?
Man, I don't know, man. He probably won't even be an NBA player if he was part of the 60s. Because back then, a lot of brothers was more boxers than basketball players. Especially big. The bigger the guy was, he was in boxing more than basketball back then.
Ain't that true?
Right. AK said Walt is underrated and he should be in GOAT talks.
You could make a case.
No, man. It's the fact that he kept underachieving, man. He got 4 finals losses?
Yeah,
4, right?
That's true. But to be fair, he did play against Bill Russell Celtics, so yeah.
But
And
bro,
also
he had moments. He had moments when he didn't show up though.
True.
You know, he was getting shut down by Bill Russell sometimes.
Yeah.
And he had teams when he had multiple double-digit scores and still
True.
couldn't win.
Elgin Baylor, Jerry West. Yeah, you have a good point.
So I mean, it's not like he wasn't moving around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Where would you rank James Harden in scoring though? Because he got a lot of scoring records, especially in the regular season.
No fucking way, because he get his ass bust in the playoffs, and his playoff numbers is not like his regular season numbers. So
I mean, true, but to be fair with Harden, Harden's not a great player performer, but he hasn't really been crap the past few years. I mean, I cut him some slack this year because he had an injury, but he's actually been. Look, he's not a good playoff performer. He's not that great in the playoffs, but he's actually been decent in the postseason the past few seasons.
bro, listen, his regular season numbers are better than his postseason numbers.
No, I agree with that. I know
unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
There's a lot of guys, though. There's a lot of guys, though,
and those guys get held accountable.
Well, there's a lot of guys who don't. Like Dame, he underachieves in the playoffs. I mean, Harden. I just think he's inconsistent in the playoffs. I say inconsistent.
Bro, let me ask you a question. I see this nigga score 60, 70, 50 every other night in a regular season. I can't even recall not one 50-point game from him in the playoffs ever.
True.
What the fuck is that? I can't even recall 2 40-point games in the playoffs throughout his whole career.
He had 45 against the Warriors in Game 4 in 2015. He had 41 against the Jazz, I think, one year. He had 42 against the Celtics this season. So he's had some 40-point games in the playoffs. It's true.
But how many? But it's not a lot like how he does in a regular season. When he play his ass off in a regular season, when playoff time come, all he do is choke.
There's a lot of guys that show. There's a lot of guys, not just him.
And those guys, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about him. And whoever does that, everybody gets on their ass.
True.
So yeah, that's unacceptable.
True. Well, what do you think, P? Do you think Harden's a playoff choker or just inconsistent in the playoffs? I just think he's just inconsistent.
Both.
I mean, it could be a little bit of both, man, because he has some moments where you be like, man, what?
He had
this
a
is
lot
not the
of
same guy. This is not the same guy from the regular season.
It's a lot of moments over the years. Nigga, for one game, that nigga had 3 points against the Spurs.
10. He had 10, actually. 10.
It was one game he had like 3 or 4. One game, I don't know what it was, but that nigga is terrible. And he plays no defense. So, yeah.
I mean, what do you think about Zach saying most players' numbers drop a little in the playoffs? I really don't want to hear that because
that's when the number's supposed to go up.
It should go up because, especially one, there's not a lot of defense now, and two, in the playoffs, your game elevates itself. Your name and your game, your legacies are made in the postseason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're not,
Jordan's numbers went up come postseason. Right. He got better when the postseason.
And Larry Bird.
And Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
Kobe.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't even friend
Shaq.
Yeah, everybody. So there's a list of a lot of guys that perform. But he says now.
Yeah.
Oh, he said.
Okay. Yeah.
He said majority of the players now.
I mean, I agree, but here's the thing. Let's look at guys like Dame and Harden. The reason why these guys, in my opinion, underperform in the playoffs is also style of play sometimes. It's also style of play.
I mean, bro, like that's their style of play. Like there's no excuse, bro. Like they do it in a regular season, so why they can't do it in a playoff? Like, like your style of play is your style of play. So, if you want to change up your style to win games, then you should do that. But if you're not doing that and getting the same results, that's nobody's fault but yours.
True. I mean, Zach, KD's numbers go up, Kawhi's numbers go up. I mean,
all the greats numbers go up.
Sure. I mean,
Great.
Harden's had some moments. I mean, we're not saying he has no good moments. He had some good moments in the playoffs. I mean, true, he did have that big block on Lou Dort in 2020. I mean, in the bubble, he's had some good moments in the playoffs. I'm
But
just
it's
saying,
but
but
he
it's
had
rare.
but it don't outweigh the bad moments. So
True.
and it's not consistent. So
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's a choker like that. I just think he's just streaky. That is me.
nah, he's a choker and he's inconsistent.
Word. So who you think? I would say underachieve or overachieve, whatever, between Steph and James Harden, because they are two of the most criticized players.
To me,
But two of the most criticized players when it comes to playoffs. Because a lot of people say Steph Curry's a choker and James Harden.
To me, Steph Curry is a way better playoff performer. I mean, has Curry had some choking moments? Yes. Not underrated James Harden. I mean, look, I'm not trying to disrespect Harden. I'm not.
That's
Harden's
true. That's true. Nah, listen, everything you said is true, bro. You ain't got to say nothing. 100% true.
But Steph
So
Curry has.
it's harder. It's 100%
But Steph
true.
Curry is a way better playoff performer. Let's just be honest. He is.
True. Yeah, true, bro. Yeah, ain't nobody saying nothing. We can just leave it at that. James Harden is ass when it comes to the playoffs. That's why they got to go.
Well, sometimes.
Man, I never one time I seen. Listen, not one time, not ever 1 year since he been in the Rockets. I watched them in the playoffs and say, "Yo, they got a good chance to win the championship." Not one time I ever felt like that.
To be fair, Harden did average 35.
What team did he have around him though?
That is true. Other than point guards, he didn't have a great team.
No, I'm not talking about Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook.
James,
I'm talking about the team he had before that.
Yeah, I know. He didn't have. I know that he didn't have great teams.
Playoffs.
No, wait. He had good. Wait, bro. He had Dwight Howard. What are you talking about?
Dwight was injury prone, man. He was old. He was injury prone.
Now, Dwight Howard wasn't old around those times,
bro. He was like 30 plus.
He was injured. He didn't even play that much games in Houston. What you talking about?
He missed 41 games in 2015.
I remember them teams, some plays he had on his team. He had good pieces.
Lou Will, inconsistent. Eric Gordon, inconsistent. Ryan Anderson, seriously. Clint Capella's okay at best. Trevor Ariza's up and down. Gerald Green, streaky. He didn't have it. To be fair with Harden, he didn't have a great team around him. He just only had good guards. And even then, Russell Westbrook was banged up, and so was Chris Paul.
G-Money.
Yeah.
And he was in the Western Conference, and he was still taking them to the playoffs.
Exactly. And to the Western Conference Final. He almost beat the Warriors.
Wait. Come on, bro. Like, during those times in the Western Conference had good teams, but it wasn't no super teams. Like, you had the Spurs. Time out. You had the Spurs. A bunch of old niggas. You had the wait.
But to be fair, Harden,
you had the fucking Clippers, which had CP and the fucking Blake Griffin. You had the Portland Trailblazers. You had
which were good teams.
They were good teams, man.
They rosters was evenly like the fucking Rockets, bro.
No.
The 2015 Clippers roster was not that even. No, it was not. Like, it really was not. I mean, Chris Paul, All-Star, Blake Griffin, All-Star, Crawford, 6th Man of the Year, Redick, one of the best shooters of all time. Like, it really wasn't all that even.
They look good on paper, but they wasn't a good team at all. They never made past the second round.
The Clippers were a good team. What? They were a good team. They beat the defending champion Spurs.
So why they never made it past the second round?
They just choked. And also injuries. Injuries. Like,
they look good on paper.
Bro, they were a good team. Like, they were a good team. Sometimes injuries, and look at the teams they played.
Any way to do something to James, man.
And also, technically, Harden hasn't really choked in the playoffs as of late. Like 2019, he did average 35 against Golden State.
Exactly.
He averaged 30 against LA. How do you choke? I mean, he underperformed in certain games here and there, but he didn't choke. He even shot 50% versus the Lakers in 2020. You know how people say Dame had a good series versus Denver, but they don't just say anything with James Harden averaged 35 against Golden State? You see the double standard?
Because they hate Harden. They hate James Harden, man.
No,
True.
nobody take James Harden just say he doesn't win. Like win.
Neither does Dame. So what we're
You pick
saying?
facts. We
But
give
we
you
talking
facts.
about James Harden. We not talking
You
about Dame.
there was
And nobody brags about Dame like he's winning these championships and doing this and that. I don't see nobody bragging about Damian Lillard, bro.
you said what?
I don't see nobody bragging about Damian Lillard.
No, my
What?
point I'm saying is that people have a double standard with
James
certain players. That's what I'm saying.
Harden. James Harden is better than Dame Leonard. So what you talking about?
I
It's
don't
true.
know.
He is.
They both do the same shit in the playoffs. If
What
you
Uh,
ask me.
Harden's a better facilitator and playmaker.
and a better scorer by far. Better mid-range shooter and more athletic.
So are you taking?
Well, listen. Well,
Are
look,
you taking?
I'm gonna put it this
Well,
way.
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna put
Who?
it this way. Well, I don't know what to say about that, but I'm gonna say this: both of them are not number one options on the championship team. That's all
I
I'm saying.
agree with that.
I'm gonna leave it at
I
that.
agree with that.
And if you can't be a number one option on if you can't be a number one option on a championship team, you're not that guy. You're not that all time great. Like
Oh,
you're not that guy.
He not going to the Hall of Fame then?
Harden's the first ballot at least. Let's
Yeah,
be
he's
honest.
going.
Dame and Leonard are first ballots.
True.
Yeah, that's because you're
It's
first
just that
ballot.
they both underperform in the playoffs.
Wait,
No,
wait
they're
a
not.
second. Just because you're a first ballot Hall of Famer doesn't mean you're a number one option on a championship team. That's GOAT level. That's in the top 20 best players shit right there. When we start talking about that shit
And
right
also,
there.
AKKD, Dame is overrated
Like
in the
that's that
playoffs.
fitting
Just want
off.
to throw it
You
out
know what
there.
I'm saying? Like that's
The
that
dude's just
fitting off.
41% in the playoffs. He's not that good in the postseason. Go carry on, man.
You
Just
feel what
like
I'm saying, Kid Trucks? Like that's that GOAT tier shit. That's the top 20, top 30 best best of all time.
like
When you
LeBron
start
James.
talking, huh?
Like James, huh?
I don't know if LeBron James up there, bro, because all his rings he won is with super teams, so I'm not gonna take from that.
He the first option. He the best option, right? He got the most.
Huh?
He has scoring points. He might be number. He might be Kareem's record. He top 10 in rebounding.
Nah.
Top.
Trump,
He might,
Trump, check it. If LeBron James did all that on a competition with his even playing field, I would respect it. But all he did was form super teams to win his rings. So I don't know
To
how
be
good.
fair, the 2020 Lakers team wasn't really a super team. I don't know
All
about
right, that's
that.
one. That's one.
yeah, man.
All right, but that's only one time.
True. The other
What
3
about
years, I agree with you.
what about all the other rings? Okay, like
Oh,
that's
they were
one
super
ring.
teams. I agree with that. They were.
Like that's only one ring. And isn't Anthony Davis a top 5 best player in the league?
Oh, yes. Fully healthy, you can make a case, yes.
So it's like, how impressive is that?
What you mean? You need another superstar to win a championship sometimes. All
Technically, Giannis won without a superstar, kid. Technically.
My
teams
point
did
exactly.
that before.
And so did Kawhi.
Hakeem. So
You
I don't know.
don't need a superstar. You need an all-star.
You need an all-star, not a superstar.
But teams did that before.
Ooh, what teams?
This dude, man, Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler.
True.
Wait, hold up.
Clyde Drexler was what? Clyde Drexler. Wait,
Yes,
Drexler wasn't no superstar when he was with Hakeem. He was not no superstar.
Yeah, but Zach, I'm not gonna have this argument. It's not Kawhi's fault that he been injured Warriors team. The Warriors were the favorites going to the series, and like I
Wait.
said, Damon Harden lost to the same Warriors
Time out.
team.
Man, Clyde Drexler was almost on his last leg with Houston.
Time out.
No, okay.
Time out.
And
Time out.
the year before that, Hakeem won with no other All-Star. He was only All-Star running.
Wait. G, go back to what Zach said. Go back to what
No,
Zach
Zach said. You want me to read the quote?
Wait. No. I know. Listen, tell him that what Kawhi did was way more impressive than what Giannis did.
I don't know about way more. I don't know about that, but I do think it was just as impressive. I don't know about way more.
Well,
I don't know about that.
Hold on. If you see it like a story, because bro, when Kawhi won that championship, bro, it was like a movie, bro. Like he got traded.
It was great, though. It was great.
Yeah.
And again, and what I get irritated, yes, I know the Warriors were hurt, but let's use context, all right? The Warriors were the favorites going into the series anyway. Klay Thompson played in game 1. The Warriors lost. He played in game 2. People forget about this. He missed the fourth quarter of Game 2 and the Warriors still won. Game 4 he played and they lost, and then they barely won Game 5. And then even if they win Game 6, they still have a Game 7. We don't know how that game would have turned out. And then also Kevin Durant, we killed KD saying, "Oh, he needs a super team to win." So Klay Thompson played most of the series, and the Warriors still lost. So we can't really use the injuries against Kawhi. That's just me personally.
And my thing is saying Kawhi beat a whole super team. Philly had fucking 4 All-Stars, bro. They had Ben Simmons.
I don't think Philly was a super team. I won't go that far.
Bro, they had Jimmy Butler. They had
All-Star.
Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons. They had fucking JJ Redick, Joel Embiid. They were stacked.
It doesn't matter that KD barely played. It doesn't matter.
And
James Harden. It doesn't. I'm coming. It doesn't matter that KD didn't play. Damian Lillard got swept without KD. James Harden lost to the Warriors without KD. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
so it doesn't really matter. And besides, the Raptors had injuries too. Kawhi had a quad injury. Kyle Lowry had a thumb injury. Ibaka had a face injury. The Raptors had injuries too. You know what I mean? Who?
Yeah. Not to mention, Kawhi beat the Giannis team with fucking Michael Brogdon.
And he was down 2-0, by the way. Kawhi was down 2-0 and came back and won 4 in a row. No one thought that.
Like they always do.
Mm-hmm. So I don't downgrade his title saying, "Oh, the Warriors were hurt." The Warriors were being injured teams themselves, but no one says anything. But when Kawhi wins, we're downgrading his ring. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense.
He played, bro. Like every team that Giannis played was fucking damn near fucking injured, bro.
Yeah, but it's not his fault, man.
It's not. But I'm saying Kawhi was a little bit more harder to get than Giannis because he went through more competition. Like that's all I'm saying. Like he went through more competition than Giannis.
You could make a case. I mean, both rings are valid in my opinion.
Yeah, it is valid. But I'm saying Kawhi is more impressive because he played better teams.
And he wasn't favored in many series. Just true. That's true. Well, what do you think, Prince? Who do you think had a better title run, 2019 or Giannis this year?
Oh man, that's tricky, man.
Kawhi averaged 30 that whole playoff. 30.
Man, it's tricky because they both got good moments. Like Giannis went toe to toe with Kevin Durant, and he was giving Kevin Durant the business in the regular season, and ended up beating him in the playoffs. But I'm gonna give the slight edge to Kawhi, because the fact that Kawhi beat Giannis too.
Drilled down to low, and I remember this too. In Game 5, they were down 14 on the road, came back. Game 6, we're down 15 at home, came back. So that's what we need to consider. And don't forget, look at the run Toronto had. They beat an Orlando team that was top 10 on defense. Then they beat a Philadelphia team that had a lot of all-stars. Then they beat Milwaukee, was the best team record-wise in the NBA. And despite Golden State being banged up, you still had the best backcourt in the NBA, Steph and Clay and Draymond Green. So I'm not going to put this narrative that, Kawhi was lucky because he beat injured teams and shit. If we're going by that logic, say that for every other team in NBA history. We go by that logic. I think he earned his ring. That is me. And don't forget, Toronto were playoff chokers before they got Kawhi. Do people forget that Toronto was losing in the postseason before they had Kawhi?
Yeah, it was choking up, like.
Right. So, out of the list of these underachievers, what we was talking about, guys that get criticized, are you taking Giannis off that list? Because the media criticizes Dame a lot. Well, not Dame.
No, they don't criticize. They
let me correct that. Okay. Not Dame. James Harden, Steph Curry, Giannis. And I'm gonna just throw Dame name in there because he did underachieve in the playoffs. But
again,
are you taking? But he don't get criticized by the media. But I'm still throwing his name in there. Are you taking Giannis off that list?
I probably will because he did prove me wrong. I would. He proved me wrong. I wrote the Bucks off all playoffs. He proved me wrong, man. He proved me wrong.
Right.
I mean, to be fair with Steph, I know you guys are critical of Steph, but To be fair, Steph did win without a super team 2015. I know the Cavs were hurt, but it is what it is. I haven't seen Dame and Harden lead a team to a championship. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah.
And Luka and Zach made a good point. Luka deserves some sort of criticism. I mean, he was
Oh
up.
yeah, Luca get off a lot. I'm glad. I think. I'm glad you brought that up. Luca and Dame probably get the most pass out of any any star in the NBA right now.
What
I
has
think,
Luka done besides get eliminated in the first round every year? Like,
and he
what
was
is
up
all this
3-2.
hype about?
And to be fair, he was up 2-0 with 3 home. Here's the craziness. You're up 2-0. You blow a 19-point lead in game 3. Game 4, you get blasted at home by 25. Then game 6, you're at home again, up 3-2. You couldn't close the deal. I like Luka, but to be fair, Luka didn't choke, but Luka and the Mavs did blow the series. So I can't defend that if you're Luka. You had the series in the bag, you let it slip away.
Oh yeah. I just brought that up, man. I just forget about that. Even I myself forgot to criticize Luka for losing for being up 2 games and almost closing games. Almost closing the Clippers out.
And
what is it about this guy that we keep forgetting to criticize, man?
I mean, Luka is great. He can shoot the 3. Well, Luka is great. The only thing Luka needs to work on is to be a better fourth quarter player and needs to be a better 3-point shooter and needs to be a better defender. I mean, Luka is great. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player.
But still, we can't hide him from criticism and criticize everybody else.
Right.
Because if this was a Giannis or a James Harden, a LeBron,
or a Kawhi, or anybody,
man, we got to keep it funky, man. I don't know why we keep forgetting about Luka, man.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think it's maybe because the media don't talk about him that much in a negative light or criticism light.
And Donovan Mitchell, Zach has a good point. I like Spider Mitchell, but losing to an injured Clippers team that you were up 25 in game 6 and losing at home in game 5, I can't defend this. You had the best record in the NBA. You couldn't get out the second round. Come on, man. You got to get to the conference final. And I'll be honest with you, with Chris Paul being out the first 2 games with COVID, you can argue the Jazz should have made the NBA Finals. You can argue that. The Jazz have no reason to not be in an NBA Finals or at least a Western Conference Final. Donovan Mitchell deserves some blame.
Word. Oh, yeah, man. But is Luka in MVP talks this next coming season, you think?
Yeah, he always gonna be. You know how.
Yes. I mean, AKKD, it doesn't matter. You still had a 2-0 lead with 2 home games and you lost. And then game 6, you're up 3-2 and you lost. So, yes, I understand you need more help. Yes, Porzingis sucked in the series. I get it.
Wait.
Yeah?
Honestly, I think
I did get at Donovan. Not to cut you. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna answer this question.
You came out of nowhere with that.
I did get at Donovan Mitchell, and Hoop Facts could back me up because I was getting at him on why he was losing to the Clippers. All right,
you're up 25 and you lost. Come on, man.
Yep, I already was calling him out. So, and I said the Jazz wasn't real contenders to me anyway. I told this to G Money and a Hoop. I said I wasn't a believer in them, and I wasn't a believer in the Phoenix Suns. That's why I called them Capri Suns.
Yeah, but to me, the guys that get the most passes in the NBA, Dame, Luka, and Mitchell, in my personal opinion. And Joker deserves some criticism too. I mean, getting swept in the second round. I know you don't have Jamal Murray, but you got to at least win 1 game at least.
See, the thing is with Luka, y'all, like they say he doesn't have help or this or that. Luka is so overrated to the point where, listen, Luka cannot play with a second star because he needs the ball in his hand all the fucking time, bro. And it's like when you watch, they don't come down. He doesn't come down as a point guard and set up Porzingis like, all right, like give the ball to Porzingis at least like 10 times a game. Him personally, like give the ball to Porzingis and let him go to work. You don't see that. Right. So it's like Porzingis is a big man. So if he's playing like trash, because bro, like I used to play the point guard. If I got a dominant big man, I have to give him the ball.
That's a good point. There were times
Like,
in that series that didn't feed KP. I
I,
mean, look, there were times, yeah.
like I'm gonna give him the ball. I'm gonna do pick and roll with him and all that.
Mhm. And
Like
pick and
he,
pop too.
like he is my bailout. When I'm going to the basket, I get trapped. I just throw a lob. Like that's
Right.
what I used to do to the big guys all the fucking time. They my bailout. You got to involve them, and he doesn't involve him.
And speaking of big men, the Joker. I like Nikola Jokic. He's a great player, but getting swept out of the second round, I can't defend that. I understand you didn't have Jamal Murray. I get that, but you got if you're the MVP, you got to win one game at least. You got to win one. And getting ejected in Game 4, that was unacceptable on your part. And I like Jason Tatum. Zach made another good point. He should be in an NBA Finals right now. In 2020, right? You played a Miami Heat team that you were probably better than, and you still lost in the conference final. In Game 1, I think you blew a fourth quarter double-digit lead. Game 2, you blew another big lead. And come on, man. I like Jason Tatum, but you should have made an NBA Finals in 2020 at least.
Zach says Westbrook gets passes. I don't know.
I disagree about
that. I think we all did our share of criticism on Westbrook.
And the media too. There's a lot of people criticize Westbrook. He doesn't get passes.
And it's like listen, like G.
Yeah.
It's like a Dame doesn't get passes. It's just that nobody expects nothing from him.
Nah, I think he gets passes.
No. Listen, like when we don't expect you to win a championship or don't expect greatness from you, then that's bad within itself. We don't put him on the level as the Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, and fucking LeBron Jameses and shit like that. He's not on that level. So when he underachieved, it's like, oh, well, we didn't have him predicted to win a championship anyway.
You can think that all you want, but here's what I believe. I think he gets a lot of passes. Here's why. Example, this year, right? You just lost to an injured Nuggets team without Jamal Murray, Will Barton. When he lost that series, we just blamed his teammates. We didn't blame him. 2019, when they got swept by Golden State without Kevin Durant, being up 17, 18, and 17, we just said, oh, the Warriors were better, but we forgot the fact that Klay only shot 38% in the series and didn't have Kevin Durant. In 2018, when the Blazers got swept by the Pelicans, no, we didn't blame Dame. We just said, oh, the Pelicans were better. In my opinion, I think Dame gets a lot of passes. That's just me. I understand he wasn't expected to win a certain series, but it doesn't mean that I should give you praise for getting your ass swept by a banged-up team or, losing to an injured team. Because here's the thing. Dirk Nowitzki in 2011 won a championship, and he wasn't expected to win. I understand Dame is not Dirk, but Dirk was known as a playoff underperformer going into 2011 and won. So I think Dame gets a lot of passes. That's just me personally. You can disagree, but that's my opinion.
Nah, like what I'm saying is that, well, me personally, I don't expect nothing out of Dame to win a championship and this now. I don't expect nothing out that nigga. So it's like, to me, when he loses and do all these things, I'm not giving him a pass. I just ain't expect him to do shit in the first place. You know what I mean? So
you can think that, but if Damian Lillard, if people want to compare Dame to Curry and all these guys,
who does that? I never did that.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm talking about people. If Damian Lillard is this best point guard in the NBA, who some people tell me he is, then take your team to at least the finals. That's what I'm saying. He couldn't do that. That's why I don't give him passes. The people do. I don't personally. What do you think, Pete?
Yeah. Here's the thing about Dame, man. It's the reputation that he got that kind of over precedes him. They call him Dame time because he hit these clutch shots in the regular season.
And in the first round against OKC and Houston.
So, but I don't. Here's the thing about Dame. I don't suspect him to go to the final. I don't put him in the same level with a Kevin Durant and all that. When I say he was overrated, I was talking about how the media keep trying to make him to be like this best clutch basketball player, and I was like, hold up. Yeah, he don't even show up in the playoffs sometimes, and he actually get outplayed by role players sometimes.
It's true.
So Where's this Dame time coming from? I just thought more of it as a gimmick, But I never looked at him as like a top 5 player in the league or nothing like that. I always looked at him. I started to question, like, is he even a team leader
Hey,
or
look at
alpha number
Jello
one?
Ball. Jello Ball called you a hater. I'm Jello Ball. We don't hate Dame.
No, there's no hate, man. There's no hate, bro.
What do you want us to do? Suck his ass? Like, he's a great player, but the dude shoots 41% in the playoffs. He shoots 42% in elimination games. What do you want me to say? That's dominant? Like,
I mean, like, I don't know, man. I just think some of you Dame lovers
don't listen
suspect more from him. I mean, he's not that type of dude that you trying to make him to be. He's a good player. He's just not
He's 22-39 in the playoffs and lost in the first round 5 times. He's not a number one option. People keep telling me, oh, he's capable of being a number one option on a championship team. No, he's not. You know why? No, he's not. 1, he doesn't defend. 2, he takes bad shots. And 3, he doesn't make teammates better. Like, how many more do I have to keep repeating myself? I'm being called a hater when I'm giving actual fact. The facts are in your face. 22-39 in the playoffs is what y'all need to know.
All right.
Like, this isn't hate. We don't hate Dame. We just don't think he's a winner. And it's factual evidence.
Yeah. I mean, G Money, as long as we've been on YouTube, Hoop too, we just got to deal with it, man. It's just, it comes along with the territory of being on YouTube. If you criticize somebody, they're automatically going to call you a hater.
Right. And I gave Dame his credit. And also, Joel Embiid. I like Joel Embiid. He deserves some criticism too.
Oh, yeah, I criticized him a couple of times.
It's true. 2018, right? I know the Sixers were young. I get it. But in game 2, you're up 22. You lose that game. Game 3, you're up 4 under a minute to go. You lose that game. Game 5, you're up 5 in the minute to go. You lose that game. You lost to an injured Celtics team without Daniel Tice, Kyrie Irving, and Gordon Hayward. Unacceptable. 2019, I know how good the Raptors are, but you had an opportunity to win that series, and you come up short. I understand he's been injured here and there, but injuries are part of the game. I like Joel Embiid, but if you actually use the eye test with Embiid, he's not that dominant in the playoffs. I mean, example, right? Against the Celtics in the second round, he averaged 23 and 14, but he only shot 44% from the field, which is low for a center, and 24% from 3. That's ass. Then against the Raptors in 2019, you only averaged 18 points per game, 9 rebounds on 37% from the field. That's not good, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I understand he was hurt this year. I get it. But there were times in which he underachieved. Example, game 4 against Atlanta, 0 for 12 in the second half. I understand he had a torn meniscus, but 0 for 12 is unacceptable. I like Joel Embiid, but he has a lot of history of coming up short in big games. Game 5 against the Hawks, you're up 26 at home and lost. Game 7 at home, you lost. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, they say you should be an NBA analyst.
I should be. I do know the game. I should be. I do know the game, man. I do. I mean, Joel Embiid, he does get some passes by the media, but not as the rate of Luka, Mitchell, or Dame. But Joel Embiid is a great player, but sometimes Joel Embiid comes up short in a lot of series and big games. He's a great player. Is he an MVP candidate? Yes.
He's too 3-point centric.
Exactly. Takes too many threes. Get your big ass in the low post, man, and the high post. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
You're a center for PC. He should be shooting 50% as a center, at least.
Yeah. Bro, I let G Money call some games. You late on that. He was calling some of these games in the playoffs and regular season games.
And in the regular season. Remember, I called the Memphis Golden State game. Also, I called in the Brooklyn Milwaukee game. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a little late on that, man. Just tune in next time or something.
Mhm.
You know, he breaks the games down, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man. We about to be up out of here, man. You know,
Right.
salute to G Money. Salute to Hoop Facts. Salute to Zach. Salute to. I mean, even though you call me a hater, man, I'm gonna still give you a salute. You know, because it ain't personal for me. You know, Gio. What's your name?
Jello ball.
Jayla
Jello
Ball.
ball.
Yeah. You know, I don't even know if you LeBron in 4 because this sounds a little too sketchy for me. You know,
To
but
me, he sounds like a Dame fanboy to me.
yeah, I don't know what is it, but you keep drawing the Dame fans, and they always get mad at you for some reason. So
Even when we bring logical facts and factual evidence, we didn't make stuff
yeah,
up. We watched full games.
yeah. I mean, I got the LeBron fanboys on me. You got the Dame fanboys. Hoop,
Mhm.
you probably got like every fanboy coming at you.
What?
I don't know about that. Oh, yo, where Hoop at? Where Hoop at? I want to debate Hoop. All right, man. You know, so it is what it is, though, man. But shout out to everybody, man. Yeah, I catch y'all on the next one, man. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you. See you
All
later.
right.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Salute, y'all.
Yep.
Peace. Oh, hold on. Let me how I exit out this damn thing. All right. So that's the live stream for tonight, man. So if y'all came in late, like you know, like Mr. God came in, catch you on the next one, man. I gotta fix some of these electronic stuff, man. I got all this stuff going on over here. I'm in a battle with electronics, trying to get all of them working. You know, it's a never-ending battle. Look at all this stuff right here. This, you know, a microphone wireless joint. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. But anyway, peace, y'all. We out.